This is Robert Williams from MetalRules.com, and here today at the 2013 South by Southwest Festival with Martin and Simon from Sweden's sleaze metal superstars Crashdiet. How are you guys doing today?
Just fine.
Very good. Let's talk about your new album, Savage Playground, that was just released this past January through Frontiers Records. You guys worked with producer Otto Welton and made a pretty ambitious record, even adding string arrangements to some songs. Was there any pressure in making a follow-up to a monster album like Generation Wild, or did this all come together pretty naturally for you guys?
We basically just started writing the songs after we came home after the tour for last Christmas. And well, I guess yes, we had quite a bit of pressure on us, but we just wrote what came out, what came naturally to us, and just experimented with different new stuff and some. Tried everything. I think that's the songs.
I think the concept of the album came about pretty natural. We didn't have like a plan for how the album was going to sound until we entered the studio.
So this is your fourth album and second to feature Simon on vocals, who was a major contributor in terms of songwriting on this new record. Do you feel like the songwriting for Savage Playground made you guys tighter as a band?
Yeah, we've lived together for 4 or 5 years now, so we've bonded together, and it's easier, I guess, when you know each other to write songs together. It comes more naturally, I think.
So it's been stated recently that Savage Playground is sort of like a concept album in some ways. Can you guys elaborate on that concept a little bit?
I wouldn't call it a concept record. But I think the general idea is that we've experimented more, tried stuff that nobody would really expect from a small genre like this.
It's kind of like a storyline of the years of touring we spent together, what's been going on in our lives. So it's I don't know if it's a concept, but it's just. Savage Playground that we've been living the past couple of years.
So let's talk a little bit about that touring. The world tour for Generation Wild included some sold-out shows in Hollywood and New York, two notoriously difficult markets to conquer. Why do you think rock fans were so quick to readily embrace Crashdiet at those shows? In your opinion, is there an untapped market for sleazy glam metal in the US?
Well, it seems like it, yeah, for sure.
You guys also performed some shows with your rock idols in Motley Crue and Ozzy Osbourne. Let's talk a little bit about those shows. Was there any interaction backstage between you guys, and what was it like to perform in front of their respective audiences?
It felt like the same audiences we played for, except for 10 times bigger.
Yeah.
That was a perfect match, opening for Motley. We hope to do that again sometime soon.
And did you meet the Ozzy Osbourne and Motley Crue backstage, or no?
No, actually no.
I had a plan first.
You met Nicky, right?
Yeah, I met Nicky Sixth, but I had a plan for meeting Ozzy. I was chatting up his stewardesses and hanging out with them for most of the gig that they were playing. So I thought, oh great, yeah, I'm just gonna slip back with them afterwards. But then I went for a pee, and then when I came back, they were gone. So I got screwed out. But I met Nicky Six. He was kind of a nice dude, friendly.
So I got some questions about the early beginnings of the band. Is it true that Crashdiet was offered a record deal with Universal Records after being discovered drinking liquor outside a liquor store?
I think so, but I can't remember for sure.
It must have been a difficult decision to carry on in the absence of original Crashdiet vocalist Dave Leppard. After you parted ways with your second singer, H. Oliver Twisted, tell me about how you ended up working with your current vocalist, Simon.
Well, after we fired the second singer, we actually had already had our eyes on Simon, even when he was in the band. So we knew about him, but he was occupied with another band, And then somehow you just...
I just called Marty.
Yeah.
We were talking after they left when they were looking for somewhere where we've been talking a little bit about just mailing between each other, but I wasn't ready for that at that time. But the second time around, I was up for it, so I called him up and I said, let's try it.
So let's talk about your musical influences. Looking over the band's biography, I see references to Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Wasp, Hanoi Rocks, and I get all those bands being influences in your sound, and then I see G.G. Allin listed. Tell me how he ties into your sound, your image, your ideology.
I think that's mostly Dave's.
Dave Leppard, the late first singer. That was his like way of life, I think. So that really inspired him in the beginning, you know. But I still think we have like some sort of punk element, you know, to the whole concept, you know. You know, the attitude and stuff like that. So yeah.
So after this current run of American dates, what else you guys got lined up this year?
You know it by heart.
Yeah, after this we're flying to the UK. We're doing some dates over there with about Jet Black, and then we're doing Europe, and then 2 days in Japan, and then summer festivals. Yeah.
All right, well, Martin, Simon, thanks for taking the time to talk metal. Any last words for your fans watching at home?
We'll see you around the US in the upcoming 5 weeks, so it's going to be nice.
See you around.
Thanks.
When it comes to the circle